New from Vinegar Syndrome Labs is Flesh and Fantasy from 1943. Now, I love a good anthology film. It's one of my favourites if I can come across them. Now, they can be rather inconsistent. Sometimes you get a great story, sometimes not so great, sometimes they're just average. But this one is a rather interesting anthology, I would say, and we get some great actors involved with this one. Barbara Stanwyck, Edward G. Robinson, a host of other names, but those are the two biggest standouts for me. I love both those actors. If I knew they were in this movie, I maybe have tried to see it earlier if I even knew about it. Flesh and Fantasy has probably the weakest element of it is the wraparound story, the one that interconnects all the other tales that we're going to hear. It's about two men in a club. One man says to the other that he's having troubles, he had a dream about something, and this other man says, do you know what, I've got something that may help you out here. Let me just sit you down and tell you these three tales out of this book.
Now take this first story, for instance. Do you mind if I just read it?
Oh, no, I've got to be downtown before the banks close.
Oh, you've got lots of time.
It's not the most interesting, it's not got a crux that's willing to be overcome. It's just an easy way to get these stories out. In the first story, we follow a character at Mardi Gras who deems herself ugly. She is average. She doesn't stand out amongst the crowd. And when she is at her lowest of low, she is going to do something drastic. When a man approaches her, it kind of talks her around and offers her a mask to wear at Mardi Gras, one that will make her as pretty as she wants to be.
And the young man will say to you, you are beautiful. Your face is as beautiful as you are.
I don't believe it.
He also gives her some advice along the way, and as she moves into Mardi Gras, she meets a man and they kind of have a connection. Even though he can't see her true face, they do have that kind of moment where you can feel them really two souls that are connecting here. Now, I don't want to spoil any of the kind of stories, so we'll just kind of move on to the next one, which is all about a psychic who tells a man that he is going to kill someone. Now, this is Edward G. Robinson who gets this, and he is tormented by this thought, this horrifying thought that he is going to kill somebody.
What is in my hand?
Murder.
It just invades his every waking moment, and you get some wonderfully creative shots here where we have an almost reflection of Robinson in the sequence talking to himself, trying to twist him around as he's trying to rationalise the fact that he's going to kill someone.
Pull yourself together.
Yes, I must.
Now, how could he know anything like that?
Is he kind of horrified, dealing with it in a fashion that's pragmatic, and then just coming to the terms of, well, if I'm going to do it, I may as well do it to someone that's going to deserve it. And his inept approaches to trying to kill someone, it's really kind of fun. I think Robinson really kind of steals the show here. He is fantastic, and it works out fantastically well. I don't want to get into the spoilers. The third story is about an acrobat who, just before he's going on stage, has this vision of a beautiful woman in the crowd, Barbara Stanwyck, as he falls to his death. And it kind of shakes him to the core. In fact, so much so that he can't do his show. And when he is travelling on a ship to New York, he bumps into this woman that was in his vision, this woman that saw him fall to his death. And he realises that this could be coming true in one way or another, and they kind of have a great chemistry and they kind of start a relationship. Well, he's heading towards what he perceives is going to be his death at some point, as she is hiding a secret and is heading towards something as well. And again, wraps up in a really interesting fashion.
Well, I'm afraid this man from Cairo has disturbed you.
I don't know why you're asking all these questions.
I'm not asking you any
You
questions.
are, and I won't stand for it. I won't. We've had what we've had, and that's all there is to it.
Overall, Flesh and Fantasy was really great. Now, what I liked most about it is the way that it doesn't feel the need to twist tales. Some tales have positive outcomes. Other ones have dreadful outcomes, but they feel natural to the story. They don't suddenly twist everything just for the sake of having a twist. One of my favourite stories, which I won't mention, had one of the happiest endings, and it was so nice to have an anthology story where everything just worked out. Everything was for the better. Where the people started the story to where they ended it, they were much better people, happier for it, and looked like a much brighter future. I loved that. The idea of obsession all the way through this, whether it be on looks, whether it be on an idea of murder, whether it be on a perceived future. It's all about the trauma it can cause someone by obsessing over these facts, and how releasing that obsession and just living their lives freely would be the best option for them.
Well, apparently she died a natural death.
Some of them just can't do that, and it leads to some darker moments in the film. This transfer looks fantastic. It's 3 terrific tales, and I really enjoyed this one. As far as anthologies go, I feel all 3 stories were strong. The wraparound, like I said, the weakest element of the movie, but I don't care because it's short. It's not really there as much. We're more focused on the other tales, and they are far more enjoyable. I would love to know your thoughts on Flesh and Fantasy if you've seen it. Whether you loved it, hated it, fell somewhere in the middle. Let me know in the comment box below, and while you're down there, hit this with a like because it really helps the channel. As always, there is more content up here if you want to see more of my videos, and in the description box below are links to the Patreon, manvfilm.com, ways in which you can support me, the membership program, which is a way to get extra content as well, and any of your support would be gratefully welcome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.